They were getting up at 5 in the morning. We would sleep on the roof. They'd wake up at 5 in the morning. They'd start training. And the other thing that I really found extraordinary, and I've never seen this before, was the Yazidi men had a whole system of how to rescue the girls and the women that were held in Raqqa. And it was, I would sit with some of them, and they would have on their phones, they would be able to see the auctions live on WhatsApp.
Oh my God.
And it was so horrible because they had to impersonate themselves as buyers. And so something would come up like, and here's a woman with 3 children, and we'll throw in the baby for $7,000. And it was sickening to watch. But then they could identify themselves as potential buyers, and they could go to Raqqa and rescue the women.
Oh my God.
So one thing, one small bit of hope, if you want to call it that, was that there was this response that I've never seen before.
That's true.
We're not going to take it. We're going to do something.
You wrote a fascinating article in Vogue magazine, and in it you talked about this American ISIS member. I found that fascinating. Can you tell us more about that?
One of the women who was released and who I met in a rehabilitation center in northern Iraq, she was held by an American ISIS guy who had taken up the call of the jihad and gone to fight. And the strangest thing about it was she said that after he would rape her, he would go and Skype his wife back in the Midwest and have an ordinary conversation. Oh yes, how's little Jimmy? And I asked her, you know, could you appeal in some way to him? Could you try to get him, you know, or even through his wife, to get some humanity so he would release you? And she said the wife knew all about it, and she was complicit in it. And not only that, the denigration, the way of, you know, these women, they're not women. And I've seen this, you know, so many times as you have in war zones. The way that you torture and rape and destroy a society is to treat them as though they're not human beings.
Right.
You dehumanize them. It's what happens to the Palestinians. It's what happens to many people.